Do you see this look right now? Like, do you see what I've done? I feel so good about it. Except for the lip, which we'll talk about. You will see later how I feel about that. But I have a new hair look, and because it's so low maintenance, I just miss playing around. So I figured I would play around in makeup today and do this like orchid, what is that flower pronounced? Orchid inspired look. And everything that I'm using will be linked down below. Let's get into this. We're going to be using some colors from the Melt Bailey Sarian Fatally Yours collab, and as well as the Cybergoth palette from Hell Bites Beauty, and a little bit of the Mid-Century Pastel Dream palette from Daphne Beauty. Now, seriously, if you have colors that mimic mine, or if you want to use your own colors, go for it. I don't feel like you have to buy everything that everybody is using. I think you can always adapt things for your own style, but just letting you know what I use. I'll have everything linked down below. Also, if I sound funny, it's because my allergies are kicking my butt right now, okay? I am a little sneezy, a little sniffly, but alas, I persist, you know, as a good girl must. But I do feel a little tired, a little, not hot, but you know that feeling. You know the feeling of just dread that you get when you have allergies. I'm so excited for this look though. Like I don't have it on my hand anymore, but I was like swatching around with a little bit of colors to kind of see what I wanted to do. And when I saw those colors together, I was like, this is it. This is what I'm doing today. The yellow, I did not swatch the yellow. That's what I'm saying. The yellow is a maybe, is a big old maybe, but the pink and the moss, for show, are happening. I'm just priming my eyes with the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk, and I decided to do this instead of the Urban Decay one because I feel like I need that white base underneath. The Urban Decay one looks kind of like my skin, and I use that a lot when I'm doing like more natural looks, and I don't need to worry about color payoff that much. But this, I want the colors to really pop on me, so we are going in with the white. So first I'm gonna go into the Mid-Century Pastel Dream palette into the shade Pink Sky, which is just a pastel pink. I'm actually going to mix this with, from the Cybergoth palette, the shade Trance, and this is just so that it's gonna show up on me, the pastel color, a little bit more. Trance is a little bit too electric neon, and then Sky Pink just has a little bit too much of that white base for me. But putting them together, and like, tell me that's not the perfect like orchid pink color. And I'm doing this in my inner eye corner. I always get so nervous about like mixing my own eyeshadows because I'm like, what if they're not like the perfect match every single time I go in there? But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I don't want to say it doesn't matter that much, but I don't think everything has to be perfectly exact. And I think that's like close enough. Like I could tell that's a little bit more pink. So then we just go in with a little bit of more Trance, just the tiniest little dash, and then kind of even it out. Like I don't think it's as hard to match the shades as my brain is making it seem. So like, don't be afraid to mix your colors. Don't be afraid to play around. It might take you a little bit longer, but like, we're just playing, right? It's just play. Maybe don't do this on a day where you have to be ready in 5 minutes, but just play around. I do think this is getting a little bit too pink though, so I am probably gonna go in with a lot of Pink Sky just to kind of mute that out. Okay, I like this to start. I think that's a good starting point. Now I'm gonna go in with the shade Phosphogene here. Hopefully you can see that in the Fatally Yours palette. And that's gonna be like a really pretty mossy green color. And I am going to start here and then kind of bring that towards this pink. So I've just decided that I'm going to the Dark Renaissance palette from Glam Goth Beauty, and I'm gonna go into Daddy Vinci, which is this like, Maybe like a mustard yellow color. And I'm going to put that in the middle here to kind of marry that moss to that pink and create a nice transition there. And I'm also gonna put that on the outer part of that green we just put down. I'm just kind of figuring out my shape as we go. This look is not planned, so I think this is turning out really pretty though. Okay, and then in the top part of my eye, I'm actually gonna go into this brush color remover. This is the best thing that I have ever come across. It's kind of like the old school color oops. That powder got to me. It's kind of like the old school color oops. It's really handy for taking the color off of your brush without you having to go through and clean it. So I'm gonna go into Pink Sky and a little bit of Trance once again. And I'm gonna put that on my brow bone just because I really can't go without something on the brow bone. That would be blasphemous for me. This is pretty cute. My blend is looking fantastic. I'm trying to decide if I want to do anything else to it first or do my base and then come back. Okay, so we're gonna do the face next. Gonna go in with my Milk Hydro Grip spray. Especially since my face feels very, very dry with my allergies. I'm suffering out here. Also, I moved all my makeup around, so I'm like still trying to get reacclimated to how my makeup is set up in this room, in my bathroom. All right, and I'm going in with my Power Grip with Niacinamide e.l.f. primer. Normally I would just use the normal grip primer, but like I said, my face is crusty right now, so we need all of the moisture we could get. Going to do my Win Beauty Tinted Moisturizer because, I don't know, I just don't feel like this look needs a full foundation. Maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I'll regret that choice, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it needs it. And then I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer and put that under my eyes, forehead. No, that was supposed to be in the middle portion of my forehead. What did I even do there? And my chin, a little here. Why not? Let's have a little fun with it. And then my Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer closer towards the inner portion of my eyes on the very most peaks of my face. And while I let that get tacky, I'm gonna go in with my NARS, is it Soft Matte Concealer? And I'm gonna put that just all over my acne scars. I'm gonna have a more concentrated brush to make sure the areas that I really want covered are covered. Taking this brush to make sure everything's nice and blended in. And then my Huda Beauty will real quick just go under my cheekbone. And I know I want to use this Juvia's Place liquid blush in Blush Lily. I know I want to use that today. So I'm trying to decide. I'll put it on after I blend in my concealer. So I'm gonna let this sit, let this marinate for a second. All right, let's get into the blending. Okay, I probably let this sit for about like 15 minutes or so. And we are just going to pat everything on in. I'm not too fussed about the eyeshadow because I can always go back in and fix that because my eyes aren't done yet, so I could go back in and just do whatever needs to be done. I just love this concealer under the cheekbone because like it just cuts your face so nicely before you even put your contour on. Like, I could never forget this step ever again. This is such a good Left over from my drag days. Whew, it's getting hot in this bathroom. Okay, that should be better. That should be better. I'm in like a bralette, okay? I'm not naked. There's nothing scandalous happening here. Bralette, okay? Where was I? Contour. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty contour stick in the shade Espresso. Using a nice little pointy brush here. Blending upwards. Feels so good about this look right now. And I think I'm gonna do like a super piecey lash, which probably means no eyeliner. We shall see. Okay, now to go in with the Juvia's Place blush in Blush Lily. I'm trying to see if I have a clean brush for this. Gonna go into our color remover once more and get as much of this off, you know. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's fine. I'm gonna take this. There we go. Ooh, that's a lot on there, baby child. I am actually gonna take that into my eyeshadow a bit, because I think it'll look really pretty in the end once it's like blended into the eyeshadow. It's almost giving, is it a locust bag? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I'm very into these colors right now. Like, I was kind of nervous playing around with color because I'm not really, it's been a very long time since I've been somebody that's done a lot of color. And for me, this is a lot of color. And it's not been monochromatic as well. So I was a little nervous going into this, but now I'm like, why was I nervous? Like, first off, I pull off color very freaking well. I don't know. That's the thing about being online, just like even as a consumer, is like you let all these outside voices kind of disrupt your individuality, because you get started seeing things about like color analysis and this is how you look like this, and these are the best shapes for your eyes and the best colors for your skin tone and all of that. And it kind of starts to like dampen your sense of individuality. It kind of starts to ruin all of that. And I think I fell prey. Babes. And now I'm like looking and I'm like, why was I scared of these colors? Like, even if somebody's gonna comment, these aren't the best colors for you, I don't care, because you can't deny the material looks good. Like, it looks good. Even if it doesn't look the best, it still looks good. And to me, I'm not always trying to look the best. If I'm being honest, I'm just trying to look good. I'm trying to look good for me. And my opinion, I hold that over everybody else's opinion on my appearance, right? And to me, this is a good freaking look. This looks good. So let's go in with some setting spray. Wait, oops. I almost forgot my brows. That would have been embarrassing. Let me do my brows real quick. Went in my mouth and almost let myself go outside browless. That's freaking embarrassing. When people are like, how do your brows always turn out so crisp? I grew up with the Anastasia brow wiz era, okay? This is, at this point, this is my culture. Is to know how to just draw a brow. This is just what I know. This is the one thing I do know, okay? Also, why do I do my brows last on my face? It's because normally I wouldn't have this blush on, but I actually really like the look of the bleached brow cutting into my contour bronzer shade. Like, there's just something about the brown of my contour and then the bleachiness of my brows and them cutting into each other and contrasting each other that I just think looks so pretty. So I do usually save my brows for last. It's just not last, but like last before I go in with all my powders and stuff, just because I really like that look. I think it almost adds more contrast to my brows. Otherwise, my brows just don't really They're not prevalent, which is fine, but they're just not that prevalent unless they have that shade there. Now I can go in with my setting spray. And then I'm just going in with my Maybelline press powder first to kind of set up all the higher parts of my face. Then I'll go in with my loose powder in medium deep and set the rest of my face. Contour palette from NYX. Do my cheekbones. I'm just very serious about having a chiseled face. That's just who I am, okay? And then I do want to put a shade on, like a powder shade on over my liquid blush. I just don't know. I think those are too bright. I think I'm gonna go in with the Daphne Beauty in the shade Rose. I don't think this has Rose Glow palette. And I'm purposely taking this into my eyeshadow. Just loading that brush up. I don't usually put blush on my nose, but I felt like it today. And then I'm gonna take some extra loose powder from the Huda Beauty, what is it? Baking? Easy Bake in Peach Pie. And I'm gonna put that underneath the eye and kind of blend that into my blush to kind of create just a little bit more cohesion there. I just find that it makes everything kind of melt together very beautifully. Now we're gonna go back in to the eyes. Had to let my battery charge for a second, and we are going to go back in. I don't know. Let's do pink. The pink combo underneath the eye. Gonna go in with the angle brush back into my color remover. Actually, we're gonna do the pink in this area, the inner eye corner. And then I'm gonna take my Marigold shade, what is it? Daddy Vinci. Daddy Vinci, we're gonna take that and kind of go underneath that pink and then also bring that out to meet like the pink shades here. And I kind of want to have that yellow like really stand out here. And then I can't decide if I want to do eyeliner in my bottom because I know I'm not doing anything to the top. But do I want to? So I'm going to just go straight in with my mascara, top and bottom lashes. This mascara I have is very, very old, so I need to replace it. It's the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I do need a new one, but I think this is like the first mascara that I ever realized you could have like an actual preference in mascaras. They kind of all, I don't know, to a degree seem like they do the same thing when you're not paying that much attention to it. But I think I think I switched out this mascara one time for something else that was less expensive, just because at that point I was just trying to save so much money, which this is already a drugstore product. And I hated it so freaking much that I was like, oh, wait, you can have a preference in mascara. Some mascaras just don't perform as well as others. And this is one of my preferences of mascaras. I've never tried like a Sephora or an Ulta, like an expensive mascara before. But if we're talking drugstores, this one has been my favorite thus far. Oh, I can fix that, but oh, I can't believe it. It's got mascara on my eye. I do still feel like my face is very plain, very bland. I just can't decide what it needs. I know it needs lashes. I know the eye look needs lashes. I'm going to go back in with my highlight color again. It's not what I think I'm missing, but I do think I need to make sure that My brows just didn't fully cover that shade up. Okay, I realized what I'm missing is something on my inner corner. I need to put like a little bit more contrast there because my eyes look so far apart that it looked like my face has nothing on it. Like I feel like my face looks kind of void. So I'm going to take an angled brush and go back in with that mossy green color, Phosgene, and put that carefully in this area. I think that definitely did what it needed to do. And I'm gonna further this up towards the brow. I think that's what I needed. I just needed something else because it just looked so vacant in the middle of my face. I couldn't figure out why. Yeah. That was it. That was definitely what I needed, for sure. Okay. And then for lashes, I think I'm gonna do Starlit from Volex Vanity. I was playing around a little bit so my hair is down. My battery is like literally on its last limb. It says we are done. So can you wrap it up, babes? We've been doing this for far too long. So I really need to kind of hurry up and finish this. Because I keep charging it for like 3 seconds and then coming back and charging it for 3 seconds and then coming back. Let my glue dry. I think I'm going to do a nude lip. Like a brown nude lip, possibly. Let me get these lashes on. And then we'll talk about my lip. Okay, so I decided for my lip, I am going to do maybe a purple lip. We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. I might not like it. We shall see. I'm just lining my lip first with a brown. If I hate this, I do know the nude will look good though, because the brown already looks good. So I do know the nude will look good if I hate it. But I'm gonna go in with Glam Goth Beauty in Bad Luck Charm. Oh, I always forget how good they smell. Now hold on. Let me marinate on this because I know it's missing something. I'm gonna let this dry. And then I think I'm gonna put my blush, my liquid blush color, the Juvia's Place brush, in the middle of the lip. This is giving me war flashbacks to 2016 makeup a little bit. All right, my last attempt will be adding gloss to this. And if I hate it after the gloss, we're going with a nude. It's giving 2016 right now. Which was not what I was going for. This gloss feels so good though, because it's minty. It's the Daphne Beauty Super Gloss, Heavy Duty Super Gloss. It's minty, so it feels nice. Oh wait, once I have my hair down, it doesn't look that bad. But does it not look that bad because I'm trying to hide behind my hair? Or does it not look that bad because it genuinely doesn't look that bad? Let me think about this for a second. One sec. Okay. I decided to leave the lip because it is my natural inclination to want to do the brown nude lip. And today was all about being outside of the box. So I'm leaving this lip. I'm going to take my pictures in this lip. But even though I feel slightly like maybe it's giving 2016, what do you think? Is it dated? You can be honest. This is the one thing you can tell me something about. Is it a little dated? But otherwise, I do really, really love the look. And I hope that you did too. Make sure you do all the things like subscribe. Like I said, let me know down below how you feel. Because I feel like there's feelings to be had about the lip. The lip. The eyes, I body that. The lip, I think there's feeling to be had there. And until next time, bye.